So where you were, which is Southern California, you had the Sureños. Were there Norteños also locked up down there?
There was not. There was not. There is now, but at that time there was not.
Okay. Because it was just too violent between those two groups?
Absolutely. They were straight war. It was 2006, 7, 2008, 2009, 2010. You had all the Mexican Mafia members locked up in Pelican Bay and Nuestra Familia members. So all the heads of the organizations locked up in the SHU, Security Housing Unit, and they were just sending kites at the time because cell phones weren't as prevalent as they are now. They were sending kites out to the main lines because I seen the change. And while they were locked up, they were encouraging those race riots. They were encouraging those riots. And it kind of seems that when they came out, they did agree to the peace treaty. That did stop. That did come to a grinding halt.
But there is a peace treaty right now between
Correct.
the Sureños and Norteños in prison.
Right now.
But not on the street, I heard.
Correct.
Just prison.
Correct.
Is it state and federal prison, or is it all prisons?
State prison. The Fed's got a weird thing going on right now. Like, they got the politics between the state faction and the federal faction. They don't agree on certain things right now.
Okay. So you have the Mexican gangs.
Yeah.
Then you have the Nazi gangs.
The whites.
The whites. And you say they're known for weapons.
Oh, yeah. 100%. The whites, man, I don't think the whites get enough credit in prison for those that don't know, but like every assault that a white does, they mean business. They're going to kill somebody, and they're going to do it right. They don't, it's not like the Mexicans, right? They do have the capacity to kill you, and they do kill you, but I mean, it's like the whites, that's a guarantee. That their weapon is going to be immaculate, and they're going to do the job right.
Okay. Then you have the Crips and the Bloods.
Correct.
How do they usually operate in prison?
The Crips and the Bloods?
Yeah.
The Crips and the Bloods are a very confusing dynamic because they are always fighting themselves. I mean, constantly. Almost to the point of daily, definitely weekly, where they're always rivaling, they're always fighting. I mean, they'll even admit it. And anybody else who's been to prison can always tell, like, yeah, I mean, they're always up to something, fighting, bickering.
Okay, what other groups are there? I mean, are there Latin Kings in Southern California?
No.
Not really?
No.
Black Guerrilla Family, are they still around like that?
Okay, for me to say they're not around would not be accurate. They're still around.
But they're not big in numbers the way they used to be.
Correct.
So what else am I missing? What other gangs?
Aryan Brotherhood, actual Aryan Brotherhood members, but those guys got RICO'd. There's been a lot of RICO indictments, or a lot of these guys are getting shipped to the feds. Actually, news to you, they're not even shipping these guys to the feds. All these individuals are getting indicted on RICOs, and the feds are not accepting them. So these members are literally sitting in jail cells, just what I call purgatory, because they're just sitting there, going nowhere. And they're also sitting in California state prison cells, they don't technically belong to the state, or they don't belong to the feds because ain't nobody taking them, which I think is messed up because I have talked to a few. I've talked to a few members, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that's foul because, like, hey, at least house you. You know what I mean? House you somewhere.
Yeah.